everybody, this is the first of two videos showing you how I added color and created backgrounds for this project. I am working in a 6x8 white waterfall enclosure from 49 and Market, and it comes right out of the package looking just like this, all pre-assembled with 6 cascading pages. And I'm just going to use some wax paper to divide the pages as I apply my color. I'm going to be using dilutions paint and a baby wipe to apply the color all over each individual page, which is why I need this wax paper to help me not get paint where I don't want it. I apply the paint with the baby wipe on one side and then flip it over and apply that same paint on the back. All of the colors that I'm using in this project will be listed below in the description, and also I will show you in a minute all of the colors listed out so you can see the order that I applied them on my project. So this is the order that I applied all of the colors of dilutions paint. So if you want to write these down, just pause the video, and then we can move on to creating the outside of the waterfall enclosure. So these are the same dilutions paint colors, and now I'm adding a generous amount of water with my spray bottle directly onto the enclosure and then painting on the paints with my paintbrush. I have also mixed some water into the paints before I applied them with the brush so that I'm getting a very loose, very watercolory look with these paints. But then because they are acrylic paints, they're going to dry permanent and I don't have to worry about them reactivating later like you would if you were using traditional watercolors. After I applied the first base layer of color, I'm also working directly into the wet paint and flicking with my paintbrush to grit these droplets, and then I'm going to let this dry 100%. After it's completely dry, I can move on to applying my second groupings of green and blue paints. The reason why I want to make sure the reds and orange were completely dry before I applied these greens is red and green are complementary colors, and when they're mixed together, you do not always get pleasing color combinations. So by making sure all of the red and orange paints were dry before I applied the greens and blues, I'm just giving myself a little bit of assurance that they will not mix and create undesired colors and looks on my project. When I'm painting on the green and blue paints, I'm following the exact same steps that I did when I applied the orange and red paints by applying a base color and then flicking on more of the colors while it's wet so that the drips start to blend and move and create lots of different looks and interesting texture. This is where we're at now. After everything is 100% dry, you can see all of the color on the inside and then also on the outside of the enclosure. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I added details with paint markers and stencils to finish out our project. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some ideas to use in your own projects. I'd love to see what you're working on, so take a picture and tag us using hashtag ArtJournalJunction. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to let YouTube know you want to see more of these videos in the future.